everyone, welcome to another math video. So for this one I'll be going over exponents and we'll be looking at the basics. So nothing too meaty, just what are exponents and how do we use them. Okay, so this is what we'll be going over, and I'm hoping this won't be too long of a video because I know people's attention spans aren't quite as long. So let's dive right in. So exponents primarily are used for repeated multiplication. That's just kind of the basics of what we use exponents for. Okay, so say we have, and it only works if you have the same base also. So I'm using x in this example. So x times x times x, we have 3 of those. So our exponent would be 3. Right, so like I mentioned, exponents are used for repeated multiplication. So x to the third would translate back to x times x times x. So we can use this to go back and forth from a simplified version of multiplication to an expanded form. Okay, so if we had like this, for example, x plus 2 to the 4th power, and we wanted to expand this out, well, we know the exponent means repeated multiplication, so we can write this out as x plus 2 4 times, and we know it's going to be a product. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too confusing. So let's try an example. So we're going to condense each of these using exponents. So the first one, y times y times y times y. It's kind of similar to the first example I gave on the previous slide. So if you said y to the 4th, you'd be right. Okay, the second one, a plus b times a plus b. So it's kind of like the second example on the previous slide, except going backwards. So if you said a plus b to the 2nd power, then you're correct. Don't forget to put your parentheses around the a plus b, otherwise that exponent's only getting attached to the b, and that wouldn't be right. Okay, and number 3, a times b times b times b. So this one should be simple by now. If you said a to the 2nd power, b to the 3rd power, you're right. And you don't have to say a to the 2nd power times b to the 3rd power, because when you put them together like that, you automatically acknowledge that you're multiplying them together. Okay, so now let's do some examples where we're going the other way. Okay, so now we're going to expand. So now we have something to some power, and we want to actually write all that out. Okay, so we don't normally do stuff like this, but it's good practice, especially if you're multiplying. Okay, so the first one, k to the 5th power. We said it's just the product of 5 k's. K times k times k times k times k. You're right. Second one, quantity x plus z to the 3rd power. So that'll be x plus z times x plus c times x plus z. And you also want to make sure you put the parentheses around each x plus z. Okay, now the last one, c to the 2nd power times n to the 3rd power. That one should be pretty simple as well. C times n times n times n. If you got that, good job. Not too difficult, I hope. So these are just the basics. I'm not going to go into anything too deep right now. So let's sum it up. So we explained how exponents are used, and we did it both ways, where we condensed and we also expanded. So I hope you found this video helpful. I'm hoping that it wasn't too long. So thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for my next video, where I'll be talking about the power rule. Alright guys, take care.